In the politically unstable, failed state known as Pakistan, a poet rose up to challenge the status quo and to use his voice as a weapon against the tyrants and corrupt politicians. Habib Jalib was a poet that raised his voice against tyranny and corruption and addressed the issues that common and poor people in Pakistan were facing at the time. Habib Jalib openly criticized all of the presidents of Pakistan during his lifetime and was arrested many times because of his provocative poetry, which he recited in large public gatherings of hundreds of people. Leaders such as Yahya Khan, Ayub Khan, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, Zia-ul-Haq and Benazir Bhutto were on the receiving end of the sharp tongue of Habib Jalib. In 1958, Ayub Khan became the president of Pakistan through a coup and declared martial law. And in 1962, Ayub Khan made his own tailor-made constitution. Habib Jalib was one of the only poets in Pakistan to speak out against this injustice. He wrote the famous poem known as Dastoor. ऐसे दस्तूर को सुबह बेनूर को मैं नहीं मानता मैं नहीं जानता. That kind of system, like dawn without light, I refuse to acknowledge, I refuse to accept. Jalib was also one of the few popular figures to speak out against the atrocities that the Pakistani army was committing in Bangladesh at the time. It is reported that 500,000 people were killed during Yahya Khan's military campaigns in East Pakistan, which is now known as Bangladesh. Habib Jalib argued for the independence of Bangladesh and defended the Bengalis in their right to self-determination. After the death of Yahya Khan, Ayub Khan became the president of Pakistan. At the beginning of the reign of Ayub Khan, Habib Jalib recited a revolutionary poem directed towards Ayub Khan, warning him of the fate of his predecessor. Jalib recited the following at a large gathering. तुमसे पहले जो वो एक शख्स यहाँ तख्त नशीं था, उसको भी अपने खुदा होने पे इतना ही यकीन था. The one who was on the throne before you, he also thought of himself as a god. The message Jalib was trying to convey in this poem is that no matter how great a tyrant thinks he is, he will eventually end up in the graveyard like everyone else. Habib Jalib was one of the most fierce opponents of Zia-ul-Haq and wrote the famous poem Zulmat ko Zia, Sar Sar ko Sabah, Bande ko Khuda kya likhna, which translates to, how can I refer to darkness as light? How can I refer to a man as a god? In 1981, Habib Jalib was once again arrested and thrown into jail, and the reasons for his arrest were not made clear to him. During his time in jail under the rule of Zia-ul-Haq, Habib Jalib wrote another inspiring poem, which is my personal favorite poem of Habib Jalib. मेरे हाथ में कलम है मेरे ज़हन में उजाला, मुझे क्या दबा सकेगा कोई ज़ुल्मतों का पाला. मुझ में फ़िक्र अमन आलम और तुझको अपनी ज़ात का गम, मैं तुलू होने वाला तू गुरूब होने वाला. In my hand there is a pen, and in my mind there are lofty thoughts. What can an oppressor do to me? I am thinking about the welfare of the whole world, while you are just concerned about yourself. I am the one who is rising, and you will set like the sun at dusk.
बात पर कोड़े और जिंदा, बातिल के शिकंजे में है ये जान. इंसान है कि सहमे बैठे हैं, खूंखार दरिंदे हैं रक्सां, खूंखार दरिंदे इंसान इस